Welcome to this week's Whole Wheat Costa. Tonight we actually have video and audio.
For you video viewers, you got to see the 3 seconds of us looking straight ahead.
It's our first night, so we gotta figure it out. But tonight we're drinking one of Kevin's favorite beers. I picked it up special.
This is my favorite beer. Oh, you guys can see now. This is so exciting for you.
Yep.
It's awesome.
So it's also 11 a.m. So we're gonna drink this 9% beer.
I really dressed up for the first video.
So did I. This is what I wore to work this morning.
So I actually did. Out of all the possible shirts I had, clean right now, easily available, this was the best one. So this is me. This is me, guys. Although you guys know that from the Whole Wheat Costa Minute, which is really fun to do.
Yeah. Tonight's beer is Victory Storm King.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the story? I got real drunk at my wine and cheese party like 4 or 5 years ago.
I got really drunk on Victory Storm King one time. I was out by myself. It was terrible.
No. It wasn't Victory Storm King. It was Victory Golden Monkey, which is triple.
Yeah.
Which is also 9%.
Okay.
So we went to I threw this wine and cheese party. It was basically to find out what wine I could have at my wedding.
Yeah.
So I invited a bunch of people over.
Okay.
So I bought box wines, a couple different box wines. I bought different beers for people. I made these crostinis, these different cheese crostinis, and so I drink a beer because I'm not a big wine guy. So I'm drinking beer, and it's the first time I ever had. No, my brother brought Victory Golden Monkey.
Yeah.
Right. So he brings it.
Carmen brought that?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like something he would drink.
Yeah, he didn't. He's like, I wanted to try it. So I was like, I'll try it with you. It's the first time I ever had it.
Okay.
He drank one, didn't like it, so I drank the rest of his. Right.
Yeah, it's always bad.
So I drink it, and then I drank the other 5.
Yeah, you never drink the rest of something.
Yeah, and then I was pouring a box wine in my mouth like this. Yeah, so I did that.
They pretty much do make that spout so that you could pour it right in your mouth. I mean, that's the winemaker's fault, I feel like.
And then I had to order. Well, somebody else ordered. I didn't know. I was wasted. I ordered 2 large pizza.
Yeah.
I ordered what's that called? Funnel cake fries. Regular cheese fries. I spent $60 on pizza. I was so drunk.
It's sort of a real George R.R. Martin sort of story. Has it been your 2-minute description of food, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna take a sip of our 11 o'clock beer.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
One time. So this is when I was married the first time, and I went out with somebody from work, and I was supposed to meet up somebody else from work later on. And I went to the place we were supposed to meet, and the person never showed up. So I just drank by myself for an hour and a half. And then I was definitely kind of drunk. And then I got SVT, the heart problem. So my heart was beating a million miles a minute. Drunk by myself, a half hour away from my house at a bar. So I just had to chance it, and I made it home. Was still in SVT. Went to sleep. Woke up still alive. Not in SVT anymore.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
That was my story.
So I went to, I just got back from Italy last week. So the jet lag is still kicking off. It's kind of cool because I like getting up early in the morning anyway. So I've been getting up at 3 or 4 in the morning, which is good for me. But I hate going to bed at 7. Yeah. But so we went. The biggest craft beer bar in Italy or in Rome. I think it was in Italy.
You talking this the whole time?
Yeah, of course. I went there and they had a whopping. You want to guess how many taps they had?
6.
16.
Okay.
They had 16 taps.
It's good for a regular bar.
Yeah, no, not here. 5 miles from here, there's 110 taps.
So I mean, that's good. That's good for a regular bar. Not
the local bar up the street has 22 taps, and that's just a local bar. My favorite bar in the area has 40 taps.
You know all these hipster places. I remember.
They're not. None of them are hipster places. One's a chain restaurant. One's like an old man bar.
I remember the one time I met you here, and you were like, oh, let's go to this bar near me, and I came dressed like this, and then it was everyone's in shirts and ties when we go in.
Was it Yard House?
Yeah, maybe.
It's just a chain restaurant.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
people are fancy as fucking Jersey go to chain restaurants.
I expect you to dress like that.
Yeah.
So we went there, and I drank, I think, 6 or 7 beers. And the bartender, who's awesome, because we talked about craft beers, and I told him about the bars that we have here, and he's like, I got to visit America. And I was like, yes, you do. And so I go there and I was telling him, and then like
He's actually in the other room right now.
Yeah.
He just came back.
he's under this snowy curtain.
Yeah. This is our starts our Christmas season of Whole Wheat Costa.
Right. And so and he looks at Rachel and he goes, "Is he gonna be all right?" And this is like after 6 or 7 beers, and she's like, "Yeah." He's all right. He's like, "Oh, okay. Most people don't drink like that here." We wanted to buy a glass.
So this is America though.
Yeah, we wanted to buy a glass, like from the place, which we did. Not only did we not buy the glass, he gave it to us for free for drinking so much.
Nice.
Yeah. We wanted to buy T-shirts, but the guy in Italian told him, oh, because I wanted an extra large. And in Italian, he told the guy, we don't have any shirts that'll fit him.
All right.
And then they're like, sorry, we're sold out. And I was like, oh, so you guys don't have shirts that'll fit me? Because Europeans are much smaller.
What's that? Are people like the same size or smaller than?
They're much smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Their cars are really tiny, which I know. Like I love all tiny cars and everything.
Yeah.
But their cars are tiny. Like I have pictures. Maybe I'll post a picture on the Whole Wheat Costa Instagram. It's me standing next to a car, and then I'm leaning on it.
Yeah.
Like it's, you know. And then one of the vans, I could probably fit. I don't know, me and like another one of my friends in there. And, like that's their work van.
I feel like one of my favorite European car stories is I think it was, I don't know what company it was. They made a car called the Nova. Maybe Chevy Nova feels right to me, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, Chevy Nova was here for years.
Yeah, but they figured it'd be a great car for like the European roads, and it didn't sell well in Spain because Nova means no go.
Oh, really?
So that's like a terrible car name. So.
It used to be a giant car. Now it's like it was a small car. Like after a couple generations, like it was like a muscle car. Yeah. And then they turned it into like.
Yeah, I think when it was a smaller car.
Yeah, now they turned it into like a little smaller car in the '80s.
Yeah. So you guys know I'm very influenced by
YouTube and everyone that's not like anybody that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say by whatever I watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
So with our video, and you guys can't see this, but is our audio feed fine? Because I just see it sort of skipping along, but it's like recorded normally, right? Okay. Yeah. We're straighting JD's Asus with the double recording.
Yeah.
But
there's a way to do it so we only record one, but we have one board and audio inputs. And
we can't do it yet, but soon. And then soon we're gonna have the dual split screen microphones, so you can see both of us in all of our HD glory.
Kevin's gonna make me buy a new computer.
I want a light ring to really highlight me.
Yeah.
It's like a $250 setup for the microphone light ring thing I saw.
Worth it.
Definitely worth it for you guys. But yeah, so very very influenced by YouTube. But so I've been watching a lot of financial information recently. So
I've been going for my MBA, and you've been watching YouTube videos.
So there's a channel called The Company Man. It's like super interesting. It's this guy that talks about like companies like financial sheets and stuff.
You know, everybody now that we're on video, everybody can see me like pull my nose like I'm on coke all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm a little twitchy sometimes. Yeah. I mean, you guys will see that, but
all right, Company Man.
I always want to divide like so I don't think I have any neurological disorder because I actually have an uncle that's the same way. And
Chester?
No, my Uncle Scott actually is like a little twitchy the same way.
Oh, your Uncle Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's just a weird like familial thing. Because he's almost 60 and he's still fine. So.
Yeah.
Dead
tomorrow.
Yeah. But so I know I'll at least make it to my 60s. But yeah, so this channel Company Man, and it's pretty interesting because they talk about both like why certain big companies failed, and then how some other companies are way bigger than you thought they were. Did you know the Hallmark is fucking huge?
Like billions huge?
Like huge. So they not only have the stores and the cards, but it is really true that they didn't really invent all these bullshit holidays like people say. But they are the reason why there was a lot of these holidays as big as they are, because when they first came out, it was pretty much just Christmas and Valentine's Day that people bought cards for, and they figured that wasn't a good way to run a business, so they started making cards for other holidays that were like bullshit holidays, and like eventually sort of talk people into them. But that's only a little part of their business. They also own Crayola.
Really?
And apparently the Hallmark channel is one of the biggest cable channels.
Well, people love the Hallmark channel.
Yeah.
Like they're just good, like, family movies.
They made 33 new Christmas movies last year.
Really?
Like, the 33 original whole Christmas movies. And they're making 34 original Christmas movies this year.
What is it, the 60 Days of Christmas now?
Yeah, well, what they do apparently is they make these, like, low budget, some people make fun of, like, the really simplistic plots, like the low budget movies, but they make these movies for like $1 million or $2. So these, like, low budget movies, but that are, like, fine feel good movies, and they, like, way more than make their money back on them. And then apparently they have a publishing company that makes novelizations of the Hallmark movies.
Well, yeah, think about it from a movie standpoint. Most of the actors are probably, like, it's probably $100 a day movies.
Mm-hmm.
You get actors that get experience that aren't getting paid very much, $100, $400 a day.
Yeah.
Like, whatever the lowest for, the SAG is.
Yeah.
You're getting directors that don't really want to do these movies, but they're getting credits. So in Hollywood, it's about credits, getting credits. So it's like you can make 34 movies, and they're real. You spend $34 million on 34 movies, plus they play them 10 times, plus
plus the novelizations.
The novelizations, but each commercial break 6 or 7 commercials times 10, so you're getting 60 commercials per thing, and everyone spent $100,000.
Yeah, so Hallmark's huge. That was one thing I learned. I learned that and I don't know why this wasn't, like, this is a pretty simple explanation, and I don't know why I just learned this, like, this week. But do you know why Toys R Us primarily went out of business?
No.
Because it was because of a leveraged buyout, basically. So they were a privately owned company for a while, then they were a publicly traded company for a while, and then a group of investors, including Mitt Romney, bought them, but they bought them in a leveraged buyout, which is pretty interesting. It seems it's something that seems like it shouldn't be legal because it fails all the time. But I think the people that make these investments don't care if it fails, like, they get their money back. Essentially, it's the idea that so if you wanted to buy a house, if you went to the bank and you're like, oh, I want to take out a mortgage, like, well, you don't have any income or collateral you can put up, and then you would say to the bank, like, well, if I buy the house, then the house is my collateral. So that's what people do in leveraged buyouts, is they basically go to the bank and they're like, oh, I want to buy this company. I don't have the money to buy the company, but if you give me the money to buy the company, then I'll have the company, and that's my collateral.
So if I don't pay, you own the company.
Yeah, but so essentially what happens is, though, that means that, say, like, so they bought Toys R Us, I forget the number, they bought Toys R Us for like $6 billion or whatever, and then now that you own Toys R Us, you put the $6 billion worth of debt on the company. So now the company has to pay the interest on your debt that you accrued for buying the company. So now you take a company that's healthy, you buy with a leveraged buyout, and now the company is paying hundreds of millions of dollars in interest every year on your debt, basically, that now the company now owns. So that's basically what happened. Toys R Us was making a lot of money, but they had so much debt from this buyout that it just, like, buried them. But then even then, like, so this company man guy made a video about it last year when it wasn't announced they were closing yet. And his thing was like, oh, well, again, looking at their balance sheet and stuff, he's like, there's no reason the company should close. It's like it's like a restructuring sort of bankruptcy, and they should be fine. Like, there's no reason, and he, like, with the caveat, like, I'm making this right when it's first announced, so, like, if you're watching it in a year or two, like, this could be all wrong, but
right.
But his looking at it then, I mean, he's just some guy on YouTube. I don't actually know his financial, like, qualifications, but he makes finance videos all the time, so I'm assuming he at least has some knowledge of finance.
Right.
And his thing was like, oh, there's no reason they should close, but they still did. So
yeah, but I don't think they're gonna make it back open for Christmas.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
Right.
They're not.
And that was when they were talking about reopening last year. That was part of the thing was, if they couldn't open again by Christmas, like, would investors be too scared off to, like, get back on board?
Right. But I don't think it's going to do it. And it's just, so basically greedy people destroyed the company.
That's basically what it was. And did you see, though, that, I don't know if you have any around here, but a lot of the Toys R Us's were Halloween stores, were Spirit Halloween stores.
Oh, we have a Spirit Halloween. It was over by the mall. I think we have 2.
Okay.
So if, like, Toys R Us, like, just did pop-ups like that around Christmas, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, that would be a bad idea. But that's what a couple of Toys R Us I know became the Spirit Halloween stores for.
What's this? You're drinking coffee? We got beer.
I have coffee and beer. Oh, so this is coffee too. So I never had coffee in my house, and we're talking before the podcast that I really need coffee to function. Like not like I mean everyone jokes about it, but like I have kind of a stuttering problem. And I noticed that when I first wake up in the morning, and especially if I haven't had any coffee, it gets worse. So this would have been a terrible podcast if I didn't have any coffee. So, but driving over here, there's a Wawa, but it's on the other side, and we're in Jersey, and it's like a whole fucking nightmare to get there because you can't just make a left turn anywhere. So I stopped at that little place across from the Wawa. That little like.
You gotta be more specific about you gotta define your Wawa.
So the Wawa that was like 2 apartments ago for you. The one that right
you
there.
stopped at the Countryland Farm.
Yeah, exactly. So I stopped there. So I just it's like a convenience store, so I expected like a normal like coffee setup. It was really just a regular coffee pot. So which I feel like I haven't seen it in a while. Yeah.
Coffee pot. Yeah, we have a couple around here.
But like, even like 7-Eleven, they have like the multi coffee pot stands. This was just the one coffee pot.
Coffee pot, yeah.
And not only that, but I guess they don't do as much volume. So like like Wawa, it's just the coffee's basically like in a little cool thing, but it's like essentially out in the open because I guess it turns over so fast.
Yeah.
Here they had a little refrigerator with their milk in it, and I'm pretty sure it was the guy's lunch was in there too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, here's the thing about that. That store used to be across from the apartments,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that Wawa wasn't there. That Wawa and CVS forever wasn't there. That store was there forever. So all the, I guess, urban people that lived in those apartments would walk over there because urban people love corner stores.
Yeah.
I mean, I did too. Like, I grew up, like, I love corner stores. And I'm like, Wawa, like, sometimes you just can't afford Wawa.
Yeah.
You can't afford, like, the name brand shit Wawa has.
Mm.
So instead of buying, like, a little pack of emergency Folgers, you go over there and you get, like, a chock full of nuts or something, you know. So that corner store is actually pretty good because they also sell Little Debbie's individual packs.
Okay.
The ones that you're not supposed to sell for resale.
Yeah.
So that corner store is, like, awesome.
Made me think of
Real quick, did you have a good lunch?
There was like some yogurt and Lunchables, but it didn't look like something that was for sale necessarily.
Real quick, stick it on YouTube. Have you watched any new YouTube Legal Eagle?
No.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's a lawyer who also teaches law.
Okay.
And like some of the episodes, like he talks about like how he got into law school, and he's like any advice that he could give to get you. He said anybody that gives you advice on how to get into law school, it's all bullshit because it's all different.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll give you advice, but depending on the law school you're gonna go to, it could be bullshit. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like it's very like it's like arbitrary, like what they really want to see. He's like, but there are certain things that you have to do. And the other part of it, the main part of it, is he breaks down law cases in movie and TV.
Oh, that's cool.
And
yeah, I like that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so he breaks down, like, he broke down, like, a couple episodes of Better Call Saul. He's working on Liar Liar. Like, he's done, not Officer and a Gentleman, but the one with Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise. You Can't Handle the Truth.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
What's
so...
the movie called?
I can't think of it. But, he's done, he does that, so he does that. But the only problem with his YouTube video is they're, like, 25 minutes long. And that's longer than a dump.
Yeah. Well, I listen to a lot. Do you have YouTube Red?
No.
Do you have unlimited data on your phone?
No.
Get YouTube Red.
Yeah.
Because then you download all those videos on your phone.
I don't drive nearly as much as you.
Yeah, true.
And I can't do it at work either. We're not allowed to have our phones because we work around. I mean, I still do dangerous chemicals.
Yeah, I can't really listen to anything at work. I'm busy the whole day usually, I've been out of protein powder for like 2 weeks. I finally bought it again. I don't know why I just didn't buy it, but
Aldi brand?
No, I actually ordered some like vegan, like it's like I'm gonna get all the vegetable gains. That was like the cheapest one. I figured I'd try it out. It's very different consistency. It's like very fine powder versus like the normal. But in the meantime, I was just at the store and they had this. It was like this high protein milk, and it was reasonable. It was like a little too many calories for like what it was, but it wasn't anything crazy. But it was like, but it was called nut milk.
Nut milk.
Which is, it was like I don't know if that was like intentional. Like I don't know.
You know what I saw the other day?
Yeah.
Oat milk.
Huh.
Not from nuts, not from cows. It's from oats.
You can't milk an oat.
You can't milk a nut.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, so that. Oh, the other thing that guy covered was we were talking about before the podcast. We had like way better. We should have recorded our pre-podcast conversation. But
well, I was doing something, so
yeah, we're trying to figure out the video.
Yeah.
But he talked about. You know what's weird about this too? Actually, though, with the video, I can see the timer, so I know like how long we've been talking. So that's it's like a little weird.
Yeah, but also you can see how much bigger I am than you.
I'm in the background.
Yeah.
Near our future green screen.
Yeah.
There's gonna be stuff back there. Guys.
You're in the background.
Yeah.
But the camera is as far away from you.
It'll look big. But when I record the Whole Wheat Costa Minute, which is super fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Although it's another obligation. Where now, like, days I don't do it, then when I'm in bed, I feel like bad that I didn't do it. So so I really just added like another stress in life. But it's pretty fun to do, and I think I'm funny. Like it's one of those.
You're the only one.
Yeah. We have like 6 people that are like regular viewers.
One's my brother.
Yeah.
He gets very upset when there's no Whole Wheat Costa Minute.
He probably does. And so okay, well that's more reason to stick with it every day.
Yeah.
But I usually do it when I'm in the gym parking lot. So if I don't go to the gym.
You're like Robert Frank. You do minute-long videos in your car in the gym.
Well, that's what I said in the original one. So the original one was 4 segments long.
Oh, when Kev was doing, he started Whole Wheat Costa Minute. I was in Italy.
Yeah, that's why I started.
I had the internet. Real quick.
Yeah.
The internet does 2 things.
Yeah.
I wasn't going on Instagram that much because if I wasn't on Wi-Fi because you use so much data. Mm. But data in Europe. Mm. You don't use it as fast as you do here. You know, like it doesn't use it, and then it's such a monopoly here.
Their data's in metric.
Yeah, but you can use over there. They have 1,000 talk minutes, unlimited text, and I think the one picture I took, it was 50 gigabytes of data for $7.99 a month.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a huge monopoly here.
Yeah. Well, it is, but
All right, keep going. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. What was I gonna say? But yeah, so, but with that, so the first one I recorded was 4 like Instagram segments long, and I noticed that the first one was like 12 views, and the next one was like 9 views, and the next one was like 6 views, and like only like 3 people made it to the end. Yeah. So I'm pretty determined to keep it at one segment, which so it's really the whole week costs like 15 seconds. Yeah. But then. If you notice all the end of them, there's like a panic because like I noticed like the little bars about to fill. Like that was today's Whole Wheat Costa Minute. Like and it's the same thing that I possibly can to like not spill into another Instagram segment.
I would lose like the rest of my hair. Like that's too stressful for me.
Yeah, I've had to re-record like a I would say on average it takes like 4 or 5 tries to like get it right. Today's was one take.
We have one today.
Perfect. Yeah, I did it outside your house.
Oh, okay.
So, but there was a lady about like walking her dogs, and she kept like looking at me, like I mean, and that was before I was recording, so I had to like sit there for a couple minutes till she like totally walked by.
Did you walk back and forth?
No, I was just in the car. So I mean, people just sit in the car for a minute sometimes once they park. They're like doing all their stuff. I don't know why she was so suspicious.
Yeah, it's usually older people listening to classic rock songs.
Yeah, you should let it finish.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's 9 minutes long. Better sit in the car. Like, oh, get out of the car.
Yeah. That was the other thing we were talking about before was about that YouTube channel talked about. This is sort of unrelated to finance, but the like platinum album thing. I thought it was pretty interesting because they talked about how digital downloads work. Because obviously if you buy, so platinum album is 1 million albums. So if you buy like one album, that's like 1 unit towards your platinum album. But then for digital downloads, every 10 songs that are downloaded is an album. And then every 1,500 YouTube or like Spotify views it counts as an album unit. So it's pretty interesting. We looked up Ariana Grande's "God Is a Woman" has 151 million views right now. So that's like 100,000 albums.
Oh, you just real quick.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So she so essentially she's a fifth of the way to a gold album just from YouTube. So I think it's pretty interesting. But the more interesting thing was, and multiple things about that.
All right, so my friend,
Yeah.
proven fact, I can date Ariana Grande because she just broke up with Pete Davidson of SNL. He goes, both of you have Crohn's, dads have passed, and you wear a tattoo of them as a reminder. And he asked me if I was on stage with Kanye and had to get off, and I said I did. So he said, like, pretty much you should date Ariana Grande. It's like she would just move on to the next thing. You know, there's real no change at all.
It's true. You should probably pursue that.
Yeah.
This will be the only segment Rachel watches.
Well, yeah, that's fine. She wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
I'll message her on Instagram, and she'll surely get back to me after, because she only has, 140 million followers.
Yeah, it's fine.
So she'll surely get back to me.
You just explain your logic.
Also, she's Italian, so.
Maybe we can send her a video.
Yeah. All right, so back to the Golden Album.
So this was, we talked about this for like 10 minutes before the podcast, but I'll try to summarize because we were really going in circles with it. But so this video was made like about a year-ish ago, and at the time, the top-selling album was Michael Jackson's Thriller, which was triple diamond. So that's 10 million albums, so it was 33 million albums sold. And then number 2, you won't guess it, was the Eagles' greatest hits, 1971 and 1975. It's not even like all their greatest hits, right? Just the greatest hits for those 4 years.
Which was a lot of hits.
Yeah, but the 29 million albums sold, which, like, we played them before the podcast. They're all good songs. We know them fine, they're, but like, wouldn't expect it. But the more interesting thing was, so today, or at least as of August, which was the last numbers I could find, the Eagles' greatest hits are now at 38 million. They're back to the greatest selling album of all time. And Michael Jackson's Thriller is still at 33 million. Found out for that, we looked up. There's a big uptake in his album sales when he died in 2009 for Michael Jackson. So that's why his are sort of stagnant since then, because they really took off for a little while. They leaped over the Eagles. But who bought 10 million Eagles albums in the last year?
I think it's because they're on tour.
Maybe, but it's still a lot. I mean, so this is a 40-year-old album, and a quarter of their sales have been in the last year. That's weird.
Yeah, but they could have also given it away for free during their tour. So
in order for it to count as a sale, I guess that could be still true, but the average price of the album at retail has to be $6 or more for it to count, to prevent people from doing that, from just like selling cheap albums to bump up their number. But I guess they could give them away now because that wouldn't bring the average price down too far, probably, because there's already been 30 million sold at full price.
Right. But they're on tour, so maybe people are going buying the album. There's a big resurgence of vinyl, but I don't think they're selling 8 million vinyl.
Yeah.
I think there was last year there was 1.4 million vinyl was sold. So that's
Yeah. Well, I think the tour thing makes sense too, because the Eagles also had the number 3 greatest selling album of all times. Which again, it's not a band that I like, and I'm not really in the generation that originally listened to them, but I don't think of them every day. You would think for them to be the greatest band of all time, like everyone would always think about the Eagles.
Right. Well, I do know this, and I think you said it was number 4 and number 5, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, it was Billy Joel, and then I think Pink Floyd.
Yeah, so number 5.
Yeah.
I know that was on top 40 or top 200 for 35 years. So it's like that's great. That ABBA hits.
Yeah,
ABBA
was in there somewhere.
Yeah,
they were in the top 20.
There was a Fleetwood Mac album.
Fleetwood Mac was number 10, I think.
Yeah, so it's like they were in the top 200.
Yeah.
For decades.
Garth Brooks was up there too, which is fine, but also was Shania Twain for some reason.
Garth Brooks is one of the top selling artist of all time.
Yeah.
Well, Shania Twain had a lot of hits in the 90s too.
Yeah. One of the issues with the video is that I have allergies and I have a little bit of asthma, so often I lean to the side if I have to sniffle or take a deep breath. But then you guys are gonna see that all the time, so it's a little weird. I just realized. So I had to make the choice between sniffling on microphone or bobbing to the side all the time.
Always bob.
Always bob.
Always bob.
That burp? Yeah. Oh yeah, JD burps a lot, so he just lean off to the. So you guys will see that.
So another thing that hit in Italy. Here's what happened in Italy. So me and my dad, we listened to like two bands, like more like we love music. Because most of the time we spend together, we listen to music. We'll watch a baseball game, listen to a couple albums, get drunk. Even when I was younger, well, you want some of this rum and coke, and I'm like, yeah, disgusting. Now it tastes pretty good, but so we listened to Pink Floyd and Frank Zappa.
Okay.
So we're walking in Italy. So I go to this beer bar. Then we got dinner. So now I'm drunk because I drank a half a bottle of wine. Because wine's basically free there. A bottle of wine is cheaper than a bottle of Coke. It's cheaper than a bottle of water.
Well, that's good. That's true for some alcoholic beverages in Philadelphia too.
Yeah.
We talked about before on here.
But
with the stupid soda tax.
But you can't drink the alcoholic beverages because they're terrible. Like they're
Yeah.
really cheap beers.
Yeah.
We tried it. It was terrible. Remember episode
Episode 32.
Yeah, where we had
Old English.
Yeah, Old English. It was like episode 8.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm drunk. So we go to the square and there's like a Pink Floyd cover band. I mean, like I think they did. I was there for like 7 Pink Floyd songs, right? And then they went to like different bands. So we got up and left.
Do they cover Pink Floyd as well as our decorative sheet covers this pile of stuff behind us?
Better.
Yeah.
So it's like it's cool because the guy who was singing, he's Italian, so you have like an Italian like kind of accent singing.
Okay.
So they played all like 19 minutes of "Shine On You Crazy Diamond." So like that was like me and my dad, like that was our that was like our song. Like every time it come on, we would listen to it. Like we'd talk because like we love that song so much. Like that was our song. So they play "Shine On You Crazy Diamond." So I'm sitting in a square with Rachel.
Yeah.
And in my ancestral home.
Yeah.
Crying, listening to like "Shine On You Crazy Diamond."
That's pretty cool.
So it was like a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was like one of those things. Like I felt like my dad, was there with me. So it's like it was pretty cool. So they did a couple like songs that I think they did the entire Dark Side of the Moon album. So it was a guitar player, and then like there was like a little like radio that did the rest of the stuff, and then there was an acoustic guitar player. So it's like they did the rest of the songs, and then they switched off singing. So that was like pretty cool. Like you go there and it's like, so in Italy it has squares everywhere. So it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
And in Florence, it was super cheap. Everything was cheap. I mean, like the euro, I think yesterday was like $1.14 US. But a meal, you can get 2 pasta meals, dessert, a drink, a bottle of wine, and like 2 coffees, like $41. And that's a service charge. There's no tipping or anything in Europe.
So that's pretty awesome because yesterday we were gonna order wings for dinner, and it was gonna be like 30 wings. Like $41.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, we ordered we
ordered Chinese food instead because I don't have wing money.
Yeah. You ever hear of DoorDash? It's like Grubhub.
Yeah.
You know what Grubhub is,
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing, except they go to more restaurants. Like I think they're based in Cherry Hill, so they have more restaurants to pick from.
Yeah.
So we go there, we order it. We have $10 off. We both got like 2 sandwiches, right? And $10 off. It was still $23.
Yeah.
But we like you feel like you get a meal, a drink, a bottle of wine, dessert, and then coffee. $41.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no tip because there's like $1.50 or $3 service charge. And the pasta's like fresh or the meal is fresh. And we went to a first time ever 1 Michelin star restaurant.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we went to a Michelin star restaurant in Florence. And the food was like alright, but like it was pretty cool. They had weird shit on the menu. Like I think that's how they got their Michelin star. Like they had brains, and then they had like mixed. I mean, it's a literal translation. So they had like a mixed meat plate. So I asked the guy, and he's like, "Oh, it's like all the grilled meats we have, like brains, liver, like pork, beef. Like it's like there with like a side of roasted vegetables."
Yeah.
And I'm like, that'd be pretty cool. I'm not gonna eat it, but that'd be pretty cool. And they charge pizza by the kilo. Like instead of buying like a slice for $1.50, €2, they weigh it. They cut the slice.
Yeah.
They weigh it. They put it in the oven, and then they charge it by weight.
I would want it weighed after the oven. It's bullshit.
Yeah, whatever. What are you gonna do? So I paid €3 for like a kilo of pizza.
Nice.
And then for my birthday dinner,
Yeah.
we got so Tuscany is known for their steak. It's Italy's like beef capital, right?
Mm.
So we got a genuine Florentine steak. Florentians. It was in Italian, so it's $40 or €40 per kilo.
Okay.
So we ordered 1 kilo steak for the both of us.
Yeah.
It's just salt and pepper, grilled up. One of the best steaks I ever had.
Yeah.
Like it was so fresh.
Do you think most people know the Michelin star rating system from Gordon Ramsay?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah.
That's how I know it from.
Yeah. So it's mostly Europe. It just came to New York. It's Japan. French. New York. I don't think there are any in Philadelphia, but there are in Chicago, Washington.
I think there was, wasn't it? I think Steven Star. Did he have a Michelin star restaurant? But I think he gave it up though. I think he didn't. The stress of it wasn't worth it anymore.
He has restaurants in Philadelphia and New York.
Yeah, I think he had a Michelin star restaurant in Philadelphia. But then I remember the story a few years ago. But then he was like, "Yeah, this is bullshit. This isn't worth it." And he intentionally downgraded, made his restaurant way more casual. He's like, I don't like doing it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have done that. I've heard stories where you have to keep and once you get your Michelin star, the covers, the people that come tables covers, it's too much for any restaurant to handle. So you're like, I don't want that publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think 1 star is something that you should. I think it categorizes as a place you should stop at, and then 2 stars is a place that you should go out of your way if you're traveling, and then 3 Michelin stars, which is the top one, is a place that no matter what you should just go out of you should just go try it.
Yeah.
So there's a Michelin star. Me and my buddy Rob, we were like, we should go to a Michelin star restaurant.
Yeah.
And we found one in New York, and the cheapest one in New York was $80 a plate.
Yeah.
But then the travel to New York is $80, and then you got to get there. And that's just a plate. Then you got to buy drinks. So it's a $400 night for 2 guys. And we're like, nah. Yeah. And then we ordered pizza and wings, and that was $40.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I had a real emotional breakdown yesterday, and this happens to me every once in a while. I feel like usually food related, because
I have emotional breakdowns with food constantly.
Well, usually the price of food, because
it's terrible.
Well, because I kind of wanted wings, but it was pay $40 for 30 wings. It was and then my issue is these are the life choices I made. That I have a 6-figure salary, and I'm stressed about ordering fucking wings because of all my other expenses in life. I don't know, and then I freak out about it. So that happens to me every few months. I feel like.
Well, I have money in my account, but I owe Rachel's dad and he won't get back. It's stressing me out. He gave us euros from his trip.
Yeah.
So I owe him for trip, and I keep asking Rachel, ask your dad how much I owe him. So I have this money in my account that I took out of my savings account to give to him. It's there, and then I pay sometimes you forget about what you pay for. I say I waste probably 25-30% of my money. I waste on shit I don't need, eating out or going to movies or whatever you're gonna do it. And then after I subtracted, I was I have $275 in my bank, and I was and then I look at my account, I scroll through it, I'm all right, bill, eat out, bill, gas, bill, and you're all right, I don't feel as bad about it, I'm gonna get paid tomorrow. So it's money does stress people out. You want bigger accounts, but you also want to have fun.
Yeah.
Imagine your Sam weekends. Imagine if you're worried about every dime that you spent.
Well, that's the thing. So what you said about what do you consider wasting money?
Yeah.
I don't 100% agree, because, and that's something we're talking about before the podcast about money stuff, and every Sam weekend's a few $100s on average, because we usually go to the movies, and then we usually do one other big thing that costs a similar amount of money, and then we're running around the whole weekend, so then we do get fast food or eat out or whatever a lot of times on those weekends. And I feel like going to the movies is never a waste of money. I feel like anything that's an experience isn't a waste of money.
Right.
And this is what this is my issue with buying like toys for the kids sometimes. Like if it's something they're really gonna play with, then fine. But a lot of the time they like want to get something just to get it, and it's like, well, why don't we get a game that like we'll play a few times, or like why don't we go do something with that money instead? Like so you have like a memory of doing this thing versus like some piece of junk that's gonna sit in a box somewhere. But that's where I think that like eating out there's like a line because like it's like if you're gonna go, and this is another thing too when you get stressed out of money that like bothers me because like then like if you have a bad dining out experience, like I feel really bad about it because
you spend $40-$50 like shit.
Like
I could. I'm a really good cook. Like like my food tastes good. Like sometimes I prefer my food.
Yeah.
Or like. And I don't mean to give myself a big head, but it's one of the things I'm really good at, like that and folding T-shirts. Like I'm really good at it. So it's like I eat something that like, and if the waitress or server or whatever you want to call it has a bad attitude, now I'm fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
Now I gotta tip you too.
Yeah, but that's where the eating out kind of stresses me out because like something like last night. So initially, Alice was supposed to sleep out. So, I mean, we intended to spend $40 or $50 for food, but me and Kelly were going to go to this sushi place that we like to go to. That's like really the only like date place we go to. So we're going to do that. So we're going to spend the same amount of money, but it was to have the experience of going out and like having dinner together. But now it was like, now Allie didn't sleep out, so now it was like, okay, so now we're going to pay $40 to eat wings at home? Like, I don't want to do that. Like then it's, is it worth it to order food at all, or should we just make food?
Right.
And we ended up ordering Chinese food because it was like $20 instead, and like there was leftovers for today still, and but yeah, that's like the stress. Like, is it worth it? I don't know. And like, I'd love to get back in a point in life where I don't care. Like I didn't used to care before, bad life choices. But I don't know. It just sucks.
Your one life choice was so bad.
Yeah.
You know for a fact you'll never make that again.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like one step up is murdering someone.
Yeah.
So, and then I think if you made that choice again, like someone would just kill you. You'd just kill yourself. You're like, fuck, I did it again.
Yeah. Oh no. If I have another kid, that's locked in.
What's it called? So like. Breakfast in Italy is super cheap. Like, and I think especially in Florence, there's like one main bakery that like makes everything and gives to all like, sells to all like the bistro or not bistros, like the little cafes.
Yeah. Like
I think that's what it is because all the pastries were exactly the same, which is fine, but they were still fresh and delicious. But it's like it was cheap. It was like $2 for like a pastry and then like for a little cappuccino or Americano or whatever, or cafe latte.
I like Americanos.
Yeah, it was like $1.
Yeah.
So $1.50. So breakfast for Rachel and I is like $6, or like if we got orange juice, it's like another $3. But all the orange juice was fresh squeezed, so it was like tasted super delicious. But the thing is like nothing in Italy was hearty like here in America. So I bought pancetta.
Because they're so little over there.
Yeah. I bought pancetta, which is basically like cured bacon. Like you can eat it like that, but it's real thin. I cooked that up like bacon. It was super salty, and like I bought like 6 eggs, and like I cooked this breakfast and like toast one day. Like I cooked breakfast. We felt like better because we're used to these big meals here, and everything's so small, and everybody's like so small there, like skinny, like they're like 5'4", 5'6", 140 pounds, like. I was like one guy.
I can't even imagine what being 140 pounds would be like.
I was
when I was like 12.
Yeah, I was literally twice the size of most Italians.
Yeah.
So it's like it was crazy because, but like, and they don't have meat with everything. Like they have like meat for dinner. That's it. And like, I asked for a porchetta and salami sandwich, right? And like porchetta is like pretty rare around here. It's like you debone a pig, roll it up, and then cook it.
Oh,
yeah, so it's super delicious. And I've only had it a couple times. Being Italian, like it's something like I've had to have. So I asked for a porchetta sandwich, and the guy goes, "We're out of porchetta."
So it's kind of like eating pork roll in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
No, scrapple in Philadelphia.
It actually tastes good. It's good, like it's not. It's like real meat.
I was debating pork roll or scrapple this morning. I went with the pork roll.
Yeah. What's it called? So I asked for prosciutto and spicy salami, right? And the guy's face was like, let's see if I can do it for the camera. I was like, what? He's like, no, we don't. here in Italy, we don't mix meats.
Yeah.
And I go, what do you mean you don't mix meats? It's like one cheese, one meat, one vegetable. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. So I ate a pancetta sandwich.
Yeah.
Like it was like thicker pancetta.
Mm.
Rachel ate a spicy salami and cheese, and like we took bites, and like pancetta's like terrible to chew for you. Like it's basically eating raw bacon.
I just imagine they're still talking about it. Like it's like a couple weeks later, and some guy's like, I remember that fucking asshole wanted to mix his meats. Fuck that guy.
He wanted to put a spicy and a savory meat on.
What an asshole.
What an asshole. Yeah. But that's the thing. Like that's what we do here. Like an Italian hoagie here is 3 different meats.
Yeah.
It's a sweet, a spicy, and a savory. He's like, how do you even taste all those flavors? I was like, you just taste the flavors.
Yeah.
Bread in Florence, terrible. Bread in Rome, delicious.
I wonder why.
Yeah. No, it was like stale. Like all the bread was like stale.
I guess because of the beef guys.
Yeah. Yeah, like the bread was just, and you get it with everything. It was just terrible, you know. So.
You think like when guys from Florence go to like Rome, they're like, oh, I got some beef for you, baby. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. Rome. I actually had a cheese hamburger in Rome. It was, the hamburger was like, it was pretty good, but it was the best hamburger meat I've ever had.
Huh.
It was like they took steak, ground it in the back, cooked it up, and gave it to you. Like they killed the cow.
Yeah.
They're like, here you go. Here's your hamburger.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just keep watching us on the video.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about this.
You'll get used to it.
Hopefully everybody else enjoys it.
Yeah.
As well.
They'll enjoy me. I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta pop out from the microphone so you guys can see me.
Well, we'll figure it out next week.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I guess we could angle.
Yeah.
We were talking about that before too. That I don't know if this is true, but I know I'd heard before like usually it's like a guy and a girl that sit across from each other, and like usually if it's 2 guys that like sort of angle away from each other a little bit. So this is more of like a heterosexual position we're in now than our usual broadcasting.
Are you drinking your beer?
I am.
Oh, okay. I'm real mad. I've been out of beer for about.
No, I'm about three quarters.
We're about 45 minutes in. I've been out of beer for 40 minutes.
Oh.
So yeah, nobody's here to get me another beer.
Yeah, I know.
But I probably shouldn't. So, like I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
I have a lot of schoolwork and shit like that.
It's like 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah. I think it's 11:45 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's 12.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
It still beats the earliest beer I've ever drank.
When was that?
The earliest beer I ever drank was this one.
Hmm.
The second earliest beer I've ever drank was the last time we did a podcast.
True.
Beer, yeah.
True. Yeah. I kind of like podcasting in the morning. I wish we were free to rely on it any mornings.
Yeah.
But
because
not.
I don't know about you, but at night I get tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like the sunlight.
So I saw you went to the Run Fair.
Yeah.
Again, how was it? A little colder?
It was pretty good.
And you went with your dad this time, right? Did you go last time?
No. Yeah, that's what part of why I went back. He wasn't able to go last time.
Well, here's the thing. When I saw your mom, I wasn't sure it was your mom.
Yeah.
But if I saw Al, I was like, you know.
Yeah.
So, because like a middle-aged woman with like a short haircut.
Yeah, that's like all of them.
Yeah, it could have been anyone.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's pretty fun. I don't know. I don't know anything remarkable I have to talk about. It wasn't as eventful as our first trip necessarily.
Did you watch all the shows or anything? Or
that was the thing. That was our goal. We sort of wanted to go back to especially watch the finale. But then so we went on Sunday night, or we went on Sunday. So it was like Sam had to go to bed for like daycare and stuff the next day. So I was gonna bring him back later than normal anyway. But then I was like, I don't know how late it's going to be. We stayed for the finale. And it turned out we didn't get back till like 8 o'clock anyway, even not staying for the finale. So I guess we really couldn't. But that was really the whole reason why we went. But like, whatever. But I don't know. I really feel like... So we saw the chess match, which I remember as a kid, the chess match was awesome. It was mostly like knights fighting, and then there'd be like, more funnier like side things. But now it's like all side things. It was like all random like... women and kids fighting and stuff, like, which wasn't as interesting. Also, it had rained like the whole day before, so like I was like ankle deep in mud watching it. Like I was holding Sam, and
the day we went, but didn't know it.
Yeah,
it was like rainy.
Yeah, no, it was like very, very muddy.
Did you go to Johnson's Farm again without me?
No.
Oh, okay, I would have been real upset then.
But But yeah, but I don't know. So now we've seen the first joust and we saw the chess match, and both of them sucked. So like I remember as a kid, like the main events were awesome, and then the side shows were like a cool addition. But we saw a couple of the side shows, and they're way better now. Like we saw the Mud Show.
I saw the Mud Show one year.
So we did so they did like Hamlet, but like people kept falling in the mud. Like it was really it. Like but Sam thought it was hysterical. Like I had to like tell him, like I had to shush him from laughing. He was laughing so hard during the show. Like I'm pretty sure all people heard, like most of the show, was like they half heard the show and half heard Sam laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
I don't know why he thought it was so funny, but then he like, I'm still convinced because like he never laughed as a baby. Like the first year of his life, like you know most babies like have like a funny laugh. Like he didn't laugh. Like I heard him laugh one time in the first year of his life. So now he has like a weird laugh.
You know why he laughs? Because he's evil.
Maybe.
Yeah. When people get hurt, he laughs.
He kind of does, yeah.
He doesn't. I think he gets it from you. He doesn't have empathy. He's like.
Yeah. When people would fall in the mud, he was cracking up. And it was like, and he has like this weird loud laugh. Like he has like it's kind of like Kelly. Like Kelly has like a weird laugh, like it's super loud.
How old is Sam now? 3, right? 4?
He'll be 4 in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Okay. When did he learn his ABCs?
I guess like 2-ish.
Yeah.
Like he learned the alphabet. He still doesn't reliably, like if you show him a letter, he doesn't always know what it is.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering because like the guy at work, his daughter was like 3. She just turned 3, and he's like, oh yeah, she's starting to learn the alphabet. She knows like A through S. And I was like, at 3 years old, shouldn't she know more? And he's like, no.
She should probably know the alphabet. She should probably be able to like sing the alphabet song.
Right.
But yeah, Sam still isn't good with like if you like showed him all the letters. Like he recognized the letters in his name,
right.
but he doesn't know a lot of the other ones. And we have these cool superhero flashcards. So it's like like H is for the Hulk and like S is for Spider-Man and like all that stuff.
Who's Z?
I don't remember. There was a lot of ones.
What about X?
There's a lot of like weird ones.
They still use xylophone.
Yeah. yeah. There was a lot I didn't really.
W is Wonder Woman. X xylophone.
Xylophone man. I'm sure it exists. But the other funny, and I think it's funny when people make a bold claim and then follow up with it, because we got these like geode things. I bought them a while ago. Because it was not like we were at Target and it was like.
Is Sam bigger than Allie yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
But I mean I think he will be by next year. Although she finally grew a little bit, but we got those like geode things. It was like a 2-pack of them. And it was like we were at Target. And it was like, oh, let's not buy toys. Let's buy something we could do, like an activity. So it was like the geodes and like safety goggles and like you break them open or whatever. So like they're supposed to be easy to break open. The trick is really to crack them so they crack in half. So it's like a big cool geode versus like shattering in a bunch of little pieces. So Sam had one, Allie had one. So Sam hit his like once with the hammer. It cracked like pretty much in half. He hit it like just right. And then Allie's there with hers, and she's like hitting it with the hammer, and then she has it on the ground, just hitting it with the hammer, and then she's like, and then I got her a bigger hammer to hit it with.
I feel like Allie's like a Mr. Potato Head. Like she uses her arms, but they pop off.
And then like it still wasn't cracking open, so I got like a chisel, and I'm like holding the chisel, and she's hammering the chisel, because you figure then you're applying direct, like pretty good force to crack it then. And then she's throwing it on the ground as hard as she can. And I'm at the point I'm thinking like maybe it's just a dud geode, like maybe it's just a rock. Like, it wasn't really a geode. Because how would they know, right? Like, how would they know there's really crystals inside?
They make them?
Do they make them? Or do they just mine them?
I don't know.
I don't know. But I was like, maybe it's just a dud geode. So for the last, for like a few minutes, Sam's like, Allie, let me hit it. And she's like, no. And she's like, hitting it. And she's like, and Sam's like, Allie, let me hit it. And she's like, and she's hitting it. And finally he goes, Allie, let me hit it. I'm stronger. Meanwhile, again, he's 3 and she's almost 8. So then Sam takes the hammer and he hits it once and it cracks perfectly in half. So I don't know what he did differently, but I just thought it was awesome that he was like, look, it's just like let the man do it, and then he like did it. So
Buddy Rob was telling me a story like that recently. There was a guy at work at his job. He was trying to get like a jar of pickles or mayo or something like a glass jar, right? and the guy's like, he's like twisting it. He's putting a towel on it. He's running under hot water. He's hitting it with like the knife, he's like, can't go to. He's like, must be stuck. And Rob's like, let me try. Rob takes it from him. He's like, poop. He's like, here you go. like he embarrassed him in front of everyone.
Yeah. I feel this happens to me a lot at work, but I also work with all women, so it's a little bit different, I guess. But
well, you embarrass everyone. Well, look how strong I am.
Well, it's not like embarrassing, but it's like things that are not that difficult to do, really. But
yeah. So I got a quick gym story for you. So Rachel and I usually go on Tuesdays and Thursdays and sometimes Saturdays. Most Saturdays, like we go, and I'll go work out by myself other days. So I was doing a bench press. I'm not really that strong. So like I can do 185.
Okay.
I could probably do like 205, like if I'm not fatigued.
Yeah.
So I just did 2 plates, like 135, and like I did 3 sets, just to get like a warm up. So I was like, I'm gonna put 5 on each side. So I put 5, and I do 3 sets, 5 there, and then I put like 5 more, and then I take off one of the 5s and I put like 10s on each side. So I get up to 185, and I do 3 reps. The third rep, or the fourth, the rep down after the third rep lands on my chest, and I was like, oh no, I can't get it up. So I was like, all right, well I'm gonna have to dump these plates.
Yeah.
So I went to sit up before I dump them, like so I don't dump them on my chest. So I rolled down.
Yeah.
Once it hits my ribs, it lands in.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then I have this big old fat belly.
Yeah.
So I have this big old fat belly, right? And then like I roll it, and it's 185 pounds.
Yeah.
And so like I have this belly, it's pushing down, and like so I can't get over it.
Yeah.
So I just crushed my belly, like it hurt, it hurt. But I was gonna ask for help, but I had headphones on, so I don't know how loud I was yelling because I couldn't even shake because I have the weights, I couldn't even shake my headphones out.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like help, and like everybody runs over. So so I'm listening to music, so I get it on my chest, or I get it on like my hips.
Yeah.
And I just sit up and I dump the plates off and I like lift it up and I throw it behind me, right? So like it hurts. It's a little sore.
Yeah.
So the next day, like I have my desk, but then I have a workstation to ship shit. The desk is right under my ribs, and I always lean on it. So I lean on it, and it is bruised.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and it's like not a bruise on the outside, but you can tell there's a bruise on the inside of my skin. It hurts so bad all week.
Yeah, I honestly, well, one I go to Planet Fitness, so they don't really, so you only do like the Smith machine bench presses. So I usually do the dumbbells, not the barbells. But I definitely have a different strength difference in my shoulder and like in my arms. So like even when I do the Smith machine bench press with the bar, my left shoulder hurts like hell. So I'm trying to like build up with the barbell to get the same strength on both sides. But at least that's easier. If you ever have to dump them, you can just drop them. It's like way easier with the barbell or the dumbbells. I mean, but yeah, we were talking about this before the podcast too. That I have the issue now that we're because I worked out for a while, then took a break, sort of stopped for a while, and then working out for a couple of years again now, and I'm like way past like the newbie gains point. So like when you start, you can just do whatever, and like you build muscle and burn fat and stuff, like whatever you do. But now I'm like past that point. Like my body's used to this stuff now. So now like I do a lot of stuff to build muscle, and I'm just getting fatter because like it no longer burns fat. Like I have to specifically do more cardio or like eat less or like something.
Probably both.
Yeah, probably. Because I've gained like 10 pounds, and it's real weird now because I feel like if like certain shirts, like I feel like comfortable from like here up, like I feel like they fit my shoulders and my chest fine, but then my belly feels like huge in them, and then when I look in the mirror, like you can tell there's muscle there, like you can see muscle around the edges, like there's a line down the middle, and then there's just this giant bulging like besides it, I don't know, so it's a real problem, but gotta work on it.
Yeah. Well, looking at the camera, and I realized there's a windowsill. We could probably put it on that windowsill.
Maybe. I like it where it is. This is a good.
Yeah, but it would get us even. So it doesn't look like I'm a fucking giant and you're a midget.
I'm just like 5'2", guys.
Yeah. So, this is our first video podcast.
It was awesome.
So, thanks for watching. Now you guys get to watch me struggle. Thanks for listening or watching this week's Whole Wheat Costa.